We have an exciting evening. There are some presentations which we're about to make. We have had both members of our public safety teams and members of the public who've shown outstanding above and beyond service through the course of the last year. And so I think we'll start with Chief DeVries. Come on up, we've got some neat stories to tell.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Thank you for having us this evening. I'm here tonight to present awards on behalf of the Police Department and the Police Department's Commendation Committee. Our officers respond to routine calls for service every day, providing great service to the residents and visitors of Downers Grove. On occasion, our calls require both our officers and members of the public to go above and beyond to help others, make a difference, and in some cases, save lives. Tonight, we're here to recognize a few individuals who went above and beyond. I'd like to invite up Miss Caitlin Finnan. On June 25, 2022, Downers Grove officers responded to the area of Maple Avenue and Dunham Road for a report of a person who passed out and was laying on the sidewalk. On this evening, Miss Caitlin Finnan was on her way home when she observed a woman sitting off the roadway on a concrete wall. The woman looked as if she was experiencing a medical condition and was going to pass out. After Miss Finnan passed, she decided to turn around her vehicle and call 911. Ms. Finnan positioned her vehicle by the sidewalk and activated her hazard lights in order to alert first responders to her location. By the time Ms. Finnan had repositioned her vehicle, the female had collapsed on the sidewalk. Shortly after, Officer Matt Preby and Officer Nick Pastrana arrived on scene. Ms. Finnan directed them to the woman, who they determined did not have a pulse. Officers Preby and Pastrana began life-saving measures, and after a short period of time were able to find a pulse before Downers Grove Fire Department paramedics arrived on scene. The woman was then transported to the hospital, where she survived. If not for the quick thinking and selfless actions of Ms. Finnan, a life may not have been saved that evening. It is for these reasons that Ms. Caitlin Finnan is being presented with the Downers Grove Police Department's Distinguished Service Award. Next, I'd like to call up Mr. Gregory Gardner. On April 14, 2022, Downers Grove officers responded to the DuPage Credit Union for a bank robbery that had just occurred. Responding officers spoke with one of the bank's customers, Mr. Gregory Gardner, who was outside of the bank just before the robbery and witnessed the man leave the bank with his face covered and carrying a plastic bag. This person had also left a bike outside of the bank, making for a quick exit. He observed this man ride off on a bicycle southbound into the residential neighborhood. Based on his suspicions, Mr. Gardner followed the man in his vehicle. He observed the man turn the corner on the next street and leave the bike on the side of a residence. Mr. Gardner then observed a vehicle pull up and pick up the man and drive away. Mr. Gardner obtained a vehicle description and a partial license plate on an out-of-state plate before he returned to the bank, where he had learned that it had just been robbed. Using this information provided by Mr. Gardner, our investigators worked swiftly and were able to locate the offending vehicle and make an arrest of one of the individuals approximately 4 hours later. If not for the quick thinking and selfless actions of Mr. Gardner, this may not have been possible. It is for these reasons that Mr. Gregory Gardner is being presented with the Downers Grove Police Department's Award of Merit. Next, I'd like to call up Officer Kevin Chapin. On October 12, 2022, Downers Grove officers, including Officer Kevin Chapin, responded to a call of a person standing on the train tracks near the Main Street Depot. Officer Chapin arrived on scene and located a man standing on the tracks. quickly pulling him off as an inbound freight train approached. Officer Chapin escorted the man to a nearby business where officers joined him to assist. After building a rapport with the man, officers learned that he recently began experiencing several setbacks and was attempting to end his life. Officer Chapin pulled the male from the train tracks shortly before the train passed through. If not for Officer Chapin's quick response and selfless actions, a life may not have been saved that evening. It is for these reasons that Officer Kevin Chapin is being presented with the Downers Grove Police Department's Life Saving Award. Thank you very much. I'd like to invite up Chief Spinizzola. Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor Barnett, Village Council, and residents of Downers Grove. Tonight is a special night. We have and will hear more stories about efforts of members of the Downers Grove Public Safety Team and residents of the Village of Downers Grove that have made a positive impact in people's lives. I'd also tonight like to present and am pleased to announce the Downers Grove Fire Department has received the Mission Lifeline Gold Plus Award. Mission Lifeline EMS recognition is a program designed to showcase pre-hospital agencies nationwide for excellence in heart attack and stroke care. Pre-hospital personnel are the first care providers to patients suffering from acute injuries and emergencies. The Downers Grove Fire Department plays a vital role in the care system of these patients and is crucial in setting the course of a patient's outcome. Since 2016, the Downers Grove Fire Department has been a Mission Lifeline award-winning agency. For this is our fourth year achieving the Gold Plus Award, which is an amazing accomplishment and demonstrates the high level of service provided by the Downers Grove Fire Department. It's the hard work, dedication, commitment of our fire department team members, and support of the Village of Downers Grove staff that makes the Downers Grove Fire Department one of the best in the nation. At this time, I'd like to present this award to Deputy Chief Rob Pickelder and Deputy Chief Tom Frank.
Good. That'll be fine. This has nothing to do with life saving. We'll fix it. Thank you.
As we've heard from Chief DeVries, we also have had a few calls that definitely need to be recognized. But one in particular, I'd like to call up Terry Madden and Jeff Nitz, please. At this time, I'd like to describe a call for service that was a collaborative effort between our fire department and two residents of the village of Downers Grove. It is their efforts that set the stage for a successful outcome and exemplifies the success of early CPR and advanced medical treatment, which are crucial components of the chain of survival. At approximately 5:45 on December 16th, retired Lisle Woodridge Fire District Captain Terry Madden and retired Downers Grove Police Officer Jeffrey Mertz were at a local restaurant when a patron became ill and was assisted to the floor. At this time, it was determined the person was not breathing and did not have a pulse. Terry Madden and Jeff Mertz controlled the crowd and initiated CPR. Crews rapidly provided care, identified a cardiac rhythm that required early defibrillation, which restored the patient's pulse, and he began to breathe without assistance. Upon arrival at the emergency, the patient was alert and answering questions. The American Heart Association studies highlight the importance of early and effective CPR in having a positive outcome and a positive patient outcome. This patient was given the best chance of survival by receiving early effective CPR performed by Captain Terry Madden and Officer Mertz. 3 days later, this individual was released from Good Samaritan Hospital. For their life-saving efforts, Terry Madden and Jeff Mertz are hereby issued the Downers Grove Fire Department Chiefs Award.